first look in this competition at Luciano Becchio, his first start for Leeds. He scored prolifically in the lower leagues in Spain. He's a young Argentine player, 24 years of age, and Gary McAllister giving him his first start tonight up against a former Leeds United captain. Paul Butler played over 100 games for the club, including their Championship playoff final defeat against Watford. Now, at the age of 35, he's hoping to hold together a Chester defence that was ripped apart in their opening league game at the weekend. Storm clouds in the air, with lightning heading towards this stadium, and storm clouds gathering at the moment over Simon Davis, who's only recorded one win since he succeeded Bobby Williamson as manager back in March. That was in March against Darlington. But Gary McAllister in discussions there with his coach Neil MacDonald, and he'll be taking absolutely nothing for granted. And that is why he has shown Chester the respect he has with the team that he's playing tonight. Even though there may be a storm on the way, we're in the last stages of sunshine here, which seem to be right into the Leeds manager's eyes. It's the second meeting of these two at this stage of the competition in the matter of 3 years. In their relegation year from the Championship, Leeds beat Chester 1-0 at Ellen Road with a second-half goal from Eric Bakker. Leeds United, one of 10 former winners of the competition, with their necks on the block in the first round of this season's Carling Cup. And they get the game underway with Huntington finding the left-back, Alan Sheehan. Sheehan looking to switch it out wide to Snodgrass, but it's a little behind the man, brought in from Scotland with Livingston, where he got to the semi-finals of the League Cup competition north of the border back in 2006. Last thing that Chester will need after that weekend defeat is to concede an early goal. It was the second time they conceded 6 at Dagenham in the matter of 6 months. They lost 6-2 there last season.
Yeah, not the best of starts without a doubt, but you can see the way they've set up with Masika and Mannix, two midfielders protecting the back four. I think just a bit of insurance for them. Keep it tight early on, don't give anything away.
Kasper Ankergren, who conceded first for Leeds at the weekend, but they recovered to win at Glanford Park. Here's Paul Huntington. And now Rui Marquez. Looking long for Beckford. He's already got his first goal of this season. The header clear was by Butler. That's a foul on the back of Ryan Lowe by Rui Marquez. He made his debut for Leeds in this competition. It was a nervy debut as well at right back against Oldham some 3 years ago. He didn't play another game that season, and the Leeds defenders looking right into the sun.
What Chester have got to do early on is just be patient. What they've got to do is close Leeds down. Don't give them any time, any space. Don't be too worried about not being too offensive. Just settle down, get the nerves on an even keel, and just deny them space and time, and then start coming into your own.
Clearance there by Fraser Richardson, who's been appointed as Leeds captain for this season. He is the club's longest-serving player now, 7th season as a senior professional. And from his throw-in, he finds Huntington, who did wear the captain's armband pre-season. As Gary McAllister was still making up his mind on who to give the armband to permanently. Offside flag is up here against Ryan Lowe. Lowe, who's now in his second spell here, having been brought back from Crewe. He got a couple of goals 2 seasons ago when Chester put Nottingham Forest out of the FA Cup, and it's that sort of result perhaps that they'll be looking for tonight against another big team that's fallen into League One. Kick there looking for Beckford, who got on the end of it, and it's a shocking start for Chester, who are a goal down inside 3 minutes, and it's the ever-prolific Beckford who's got it.
Well, it's a goalkeeper, gets the assist, Ankergren, they're going to him. It's just a long, hopeful ball from the goalkeeper. Should have been dealt with, wasn't. And that's what plagued them on the first game of the season. And you know that man is going to be poaching in this area. Long, straight punt. They don't deal with it, but it's still a great finish. They should have dealt with that. Keeper didn't come, stayed on his line, and look at that. Just got half a yard. Past Butler, lovely toe end. Still had a lot to do when it came to him. It's a fine finish.
7th goal that Chester have conceded already this season, and the 2nd goal that Jermaine Beckford has scored in this campaign. Leeds' top scorer last season with 20. Got one against Scunthorpe at the weekend. He's got another here. Worst possible start for Simon Davis.
That'll annoy him, the way the goal came. Just a long punt by the goalkeeper. Nobody won it in the air. Let it bounce to Beckford, just a stretched out boot. And it is a really good finish, because he could have hoisted it over the bar, trying to put too much on it. He didn't, just caressed it in.
And it is the Leeds defenders who are looking into the sun, but it was the Chester defence who failed to cut out that long ball downfield from Ankergren. Offside flag up there against Lowe.
It's not bad from Lowe. That's twice within the last minute or so, just before Leeds scored. He nearly got on the right-hand side, trying to play the ball down that channel for him. And he's just been a little bit offside, half a yard both times. If he can time his run a little bit better against the centre-halves, he might have a chance.
It's another foul by Marquez into the back of Lowe. Really was the worst possible blow to deal to Chester, that. They've just been building their confidence with one or two little moves. Lowe has been getting into some decent positions. But a shattering start for them, conceding to Beckford already. It's Mannix looking to win it. One back by Howson. That's Snodgrass, and now Becchio finds Richardson. Cut out though by Ellison.
I think we saw there, you've got to be precise with your passing. The grass looks a little bit long, holding the ball up a wee bit. And Simon Davis, he would have said, right, if it was a magnificent piece of individual ability that's cost us a goal, yeah, we've been done by it. But to lose a goal in that manner just depresses you so much.
There's Becchio looking for Beckford, just beyond his reach this time. It was a straightforward bit of poaching, really, from Beckford that led to the goal. Gambling on the ball, running past Paul Butler, which it did. And then showing that unerring ability of his to steer the ball into the net.
Master poacher there. Saw a goal from a similar master poacher at Birmingham on Saturday. Got one chance, tremendous turn, and you're 1-0 winners in the last minute.
There's Rui Marquez being put under pressure by Lowe. Well retrieved by Marquez. And here's Mazika, who was one of the few Chester players to emerge with credit from their defeat at Victoria Road at the weekend. One exempted from blame by his manager on his debut. Mazika, who was brought in from Nantes in France, although he had been on loan to a French 3rd division team last season. Robinson came in with a tackle there. Here's Alan Sheehan. And now Becchio is caught from behind by Butler. This kick goes short to Delph, and now here's Johnny Howson, whose goals got Leeds into the playoff final last season. Only for them to blow it in that game at Wembley against Doncaster. Here's Richardson. Looking to take on Wilson. He's got past him and somehow kept it in. Snodgrass really connect cleanly with a cross. That's Barry. Now Mazika. Getting back to him neatly by Lowe. Here's Ellison. And cleared by Richardson.
Doesn't look to have affected them too much. You thought it might do, but they're still trying to get it down. They're still trying to pass it. Play the way through the Leeds midfield. I'm sure Gary McAllister will want his team to do that. Get it down, 1 and 2 touch, move the ball, move the opposition around, create space for Beckford and Becchio.
Here's Delph. And now Marquez. This is Howson. Looking for Richardson. And Linwood letting it run out. John Danby, the Chester goalkeeper, one of 3 players in the team who played in that defeat by Leeds in this competition a couple of years ago. Lawrence Wilson and Paul Linwood in front of him also did. Robinson's boot was high. Chester free kick. Mannix leaving it for Butler to take. He switched it to Ellison. Richardson is staying tight to him. It's a foul.
got to do here is get the big lads up from the back, sun in the goalkeeper's eyes, get it right in and around the penalty spot, and just hope that they cause a problem for him.
Well, there are 5 around the edge of the area here for Chester if they can pick somebody out. They're looking to Linwood, but it doesn't reach him. And phased as he may have been by the sun, Ankergren saw enough of it to make a clean catch and to set Robinson away. And he's tried to set the youngster Delph away here. And Snodgrass arrives, and it's 2-0 inside 9 minutes. And Robert Snodgrass claims his first goal for Leeds.
So simple, it's so decisive. All came from a shocking free kick from Chester. Put the ball high and handsome right into Ankergren's hands. He distributed it superbly, very quickly. There he goes. Leeds on the counter-attack straight away. There's Robinson, sees a terrific run by Delph, who picks Snodgrass out, who's ran about 60, 70 yards, and again times it to perfection, the run. Terrific ball by the youngster. Again, didn't try and blast it, just tries to keep it on target, keep it down, and does it superbly. Not a chance for Danby.
So the young Scotsman, who signed a 3-year deal with Leeds back in July, has his first goal for his new club, and the problems mount for Chester. Both goals that have beaten their goalkeeper have started with the Leeds goalkeeper. Ankergren, whose kick set up the first for Jermaine Beckford, starting that Leeds move with a throw to Andy Robinson. Here's Partridge looking for Ellison as Chester looks somehow for a foothold in what's already looking a desperate cause. Here's Partridge.
Well, they see the story. 2 attempts, 2 goals. And you see the class, the difference in class. And we've seen 2 classy goals, to be fair. I mean, they contributed to their own downfall with the first one, but the second one, they had the chance to put a bit of pressure on with the free kick. And it was an awful one, straight into the goalkeeper's hands.
It's an even bigger crisis for Chester than it was at the weekend, when it took until just before half-time, 42 minutes in fact, before they were 2-0 down. It was 2-0 at half-time, and here they're 2 down in the first 10 minutes.
And one thing Gary McAllister will be delighted with the second goal especially, is the desire of his 2 midfield players, Delph in the first place and Snodgrass. They burst must have been 60, 70 yards to get into the box, and they got the just rewards.
Here's Rui Marquez. Now Huntington. And this is Sheehan. Richardson to Delph. Snodgrass found Howson, who looked for the return. Leeds fans already feeling comfortable and confident enough to cheer every pass.
Of course they will. What Leeds don't want to do is just settle for this now. They've got to be cruel. They can be. They've got to go and try and score more, put it beyond the reach. Chester get one back. We all know how important that can be.
That's Gary McAllister's first involvement in this competition for a while, but when he was managing Coventry, he presided over an 8-0 win against Rushden and Diamonds. Header on there by Becchio. This is Beckford. It's Becchio. Snodgrass. Cut out by Linwood.
There's desire for Snodgrass, playing on the right-hand side, pops up on the left-hand side.
Robinson. By Mazika. And a free kick quickly taken. Here's Robinson. Now Delph. This is Richardson. Now Snodgrass. Becchio beaten in the challenge by Lawrence Wilson. Mazika closed down by Robinson, who gives away another free kick. Low, Partridge. Barry finding Wilson. Here's Partridge, who started on the right but has begun to float. Everything over to the left though at the moment. Here's Ellison. Ellison having to have a go, it deflected. And Ankergren, bearing that in mind, did well to deal with it.
He did, it skidded off the surface. It's a little bit better from Chester. Good movement, good passing. Just needs something to lift the home crowd a little bit. Simon Davis must think, right, I put two protected midfield players in front of my back four, but they could do nothing about the two goals. One's a route one, and the second one just comes from a free kick wasted by his own team.
Here's Mazika. Now Partridge. This is Lowe. Ryan Lowe, again it caught the Leeds defender, and Chester have a lifeline. Lowe will claim it, but the deflection looped it up into the net, and Chester strike back.
Well, Gary McAllister would have been pleased with what he's seen offensively, but defensively, I don't think he'll be that chuffed. A lot of space, a lot of time, and look, they just back off him. Just allow him to shoot. Yes, it takes a deflection, but you have to close down. He cuts inside, nobody's, three yellow shirts there. Then look, Marquez just backs off, lets him have a shot, deflects off him, and goes over the top. Poor defending on two occasions there in the build-up. Like we say, you don't kill it off. Chester get back in it. Crowd suddenly becomes more active, and it lifts the players.
Lowe's first goal of the season, and his first for Chester since his previous spell with the club back in February 2006 against Stockport, with whom he had a loan spell last season. But here Ryan Lowe has got Chester's first goal of this campaign, and all credit to them, because they could have capitulated, 2 down in 10 minutes, but now they've reduced that deficit by half.
How will Leeds react now?
Here's Ellison. Foul by Rui Marquez, whose deflection carried the ball over Ankergren. So who knows, maybe there is a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow for Chester. Here's Lowe. Header cleared by Huntington.
Decent build-up there by Chester. Again, getting the crowd lifted. Somebody's got to take responsibility in the yellow shirt there and just calm it down now for Leeds.
And Simon Davis would have been a little fidgety, a little nervous at 2 down, and particularly with the manner in which he sided, conceded those 2 goals, which had both stemmed from the Leeds goalkeeper. But the smile just starting to return now. Bit of hope.
It was nice to get your first goal of the season as a club, as a player. Yes, it had a hint of luck about it, but it was on target. Leeds have only got themselves to blame for loose defending.
Here's Richardson. Becchio. Nelson. Now Fabian Delph. This is Alan Sheehan. Huntington. Howson.
Suddenly the closing down becomes a lot better from Chester. They feel they've got a foothold in the game now, forcing Leeds back, allowing them any space.
Here's Huntington. Now Rui Marquez. This is Richardson. Send him up, Leno. Jermaine Beckford, Linwood and Wilson there across with him. Could make nothing of it. And there's Lowe. Now Ellison. Barry looking to get away.
Important thing for Chester with Lowe playing that lone role is that Partridge and Ellison do join in, and we saw Partridge for the goal do exactly that. Cut inside. Laid the ball on for Lowe.
Huntington. Now Sheehan. This is Marquez. Huntington opting to play short, still having difficulty with their long-range passing from their own half with the sun. Here's Mazika. That's low, at least a little early for Ellison, and he couldn't retrieve it. Here's Sheehan. Delph. Now Robinson. James Vaughan he's got to take on here. He was covered just behind though from Mannix. Partridge. Striking it against Alan Sheehan. James Vaughan with the throw is the son of Stephen Vaughan, the Chester owner and former chairman, although he stood down from that role back in December. Stephen Vaughan Jr. also still on the playing staff. He's among the Chester substitutes tonight. Here's Ryan Lowe. Partridge. Ball from Howson, right idea. Just couldn't find Beckford, cut out by Linwood.
Yeah, taking no chances there, Linwood. It's a danger with Beckford, just lurks on the shoulder of the centre half. Just waiting for that mistake or one to fly over the top of them.
Beckford just settling into his role alongside Beckford. Here's Sheehan with a throw. Huntington's ball in, led by Linwood. It's Johnny Howson who can hit them.
Confident boy. It's got to be an absolute belter from there.
First involvement with the first team was that last League Cup tie between these two sides at Ellen Road back in 2006. He was on the bench then for the team that he supported from when he was old enough to support a team. Here's Wilson with a kick. Now Barry. Ellison. Snodgrass was looking for Beckford. James Vaughan has lost out there to Robinson. It's a good ball to Beckford. Cleared by Linwoods. Beckford.
He's a bit disappointed with himself there. His first touch let him down, just took him away from goal a little bit. Again, they just committed a little bit of a problem for themselves there. Chester gave the ball away. Now Leeds to get in the final third.
There's Marquez. Wilson. Now Lowe. That's Ellison. And the offside flag up against Anthony Barry. Making his home debut for the club tonight. He's back in home territory, having been born in Liverpool. But reached a playoff final in his time at Yeovil with whom he lost both of his games against Leeds last season.
I don't think Chester will be that disappointed with the offsides they've had against them. It's been very close. Leeds play a higher line. And Chester do get it right and get beyond. It cause them a big problem.
Here's Robinson.
The first 15 or so minutes, Leeds were so slick, they moved it quicker. Robinson and Snodgrass involved early on. They've got to start doing that again. Get them wide. Keep switching the play, moving Chester around.
Here's Sheehan. Now Rui Marquez. Pickford has got another chance here. And what a hit! Real power took that past Danby, and it's 3-1.
It's an absolute cracker, but was he lucky there? His first touch wasn't particularly good. You watch it when it's played to him. Good ball by Marquez. There, goes away from him, and he's lucky to get it back. And it's a superb strike. Just gets it in that gap between goalkeeper and post. Perfect bend on it. Terrific technique. Not a lot Danby can do about it. But when you're on fire like he is, you get your little bits of luck. First touch went away from him, but he was lucky enough to get it back. And when he was lucky enough to get it back, he punished Chester.
Plenty of power in that shot from Jermaine Beckford. And there's a man who could pack plenty of power in his shots too. Peter Lorimer. He was part of the Leeds team that lost to Chester in this very competition back in 1975, when Chester went all the way to the semi-finals. 3-0, they were beaten at Chester's old ground. One from John James, one from Trevor Staunton. Leeds were defending league champions then, and 6 months later, 7 of the team that started the defeat by Chester started the European Cup final.
I'll tell you what, Rob, you never wanted to stand in a defensive wall when Lorimer was taking the free kick. He could hit a ball.
Here's Linwood. Now Mozica. Can Chester recover again? They held their nerve at 2-0 down, but now they've got to find another route through this Leeds defence. Robinson. Led by James Vaughan. Andy Robinson. There's Delph.
Been well impressed with Delph so far. He's very composed, very confident.
Delph now looking for Becchio. Linwood up. Flag was up against Becchio. Here's Lowe. Cut out by Richardson. Away by Huntington. Chester now need another lifeline. It's Linwood they're looking to there. Beckford's initial loose touch came back off Linwood before he delivered that hammer blow to Chester. Plenty of delight amongst the 1,400 or so Leeds fans, though. He came out on top in a most hated club survey in the English League last week, Leeds United, but I think they are of that mentality, aren't they, that no one likes us but we don't care. And here's Beckford having a go from long range. Certainly the siege mentality served them well last year when they had that huge points deficit to overcome, and Gary McAllister was looking to retain that without having the disadvantage of the deficit this time around.
He's having a little giggle at Beckford's attempt there. I think that's just at your car in the car park, Rob. I've got to feel a little bit sorry for Chester. Yes, they gave the first 2 goals away. The third one was a bit fortunate. They've had a few bright spots of play in and around the 18-yard box, and it made Leeds look a little bit shaky, as with the goal. Been offside a couple of times just by half a yard or so, and they're still trying to probe forward.
Well, the lifeline his team had given themselves has now been snatched away by that second strike from Jermaine Beckford, who will be looking now for his first senior hat-trick at Snodgrass. Now Delph. Robinson. Well, Robinson making the point that he'd played that ball through to Becchio and there was an advantage there to be played. Graham Salisbury disagrees.
And is he feeling sorry for them?
The referee has pulled out a card. Mazika has shown that yellow card. It's Huntington's free kick. Away by Butler. Now Barry. Snodgrass. Here's Beckford. It's Snodgrass who's got one already. Slips in. Robinson for number 4.
Well, nothing lucky about that. That's clinical. That's how Gary McAllister loves his teams to play. Play to feet, move. And that's exactly where that goal came from. But again, Chester gave the ball away and allowed Leeds back in there and give the ball away. And the next minute to the back of the net. There's one pass. A little reverse pass there. Good awareness. And look at this finish. Knew exactly what he was doing, Robinson. Beckford, lovely little ball, waited to perfection. And again by Snodgrass. And what a finish. All from giving the ball away again. But give Leeds the credit they deserve for creating what they did in the end.
Well, back close to home territory, Andy Robinson, Birkenhead born, played for non-league Camel Laird and was released by Tranmere without ever really being given an opportunity. But celebrates his first goal for Leeds, and Leeds in a commanding position. And really, this margin could be any number now in view of Chester's fragile confidence.
The thing is, Rob, they said they committed a lot of defensive errors on Saturday. Again, they've done it now. You can't give the ball away like they did to Leeds and not expect to get punished. Well, there we see 6 attempts for Leeds United and 4 have gone in. 4 on target, 4 goals. Doesn't get better.
Here's Marquez. Now Robinson. This is Delph. Wilson with a back header. The League Cup has already featured some heavy defeats for Chester in recent times. The last 25 years they've let in 5 against Villa and Arsenal, 6 against Nottingham Forest, 7 at Coventry. But their heaviest loss in it was a third-round tie against Leyton Orient some 46 years ago, and they lost 9-2. Here's Delph. Sheehan. Could be a long night for Chester this. Beckford in looking for his hat-trick. Away though by Butler. Showed too much of it to the defender.
Well, if I'd have been Becchio there, I'd have been slaughtering Beckford. He was in acres of space. And he's after that hat-trick already. Be patient, it'll come. Help your teammate out.
Well, Linwood committed and Snodgrass has tried to play Beckford in for his hat-trick. And what a way to claim it! A brilliantly executed hat-trick, the first of his senior career. That is magnificent.
Couldn't have put it better myself. I said be patient and it'll come. He was patient for about 10 seconds and it came. Absolutely fantastic. I thought he was going to play Becchio in again, but no. When your confidence is this high, he's gone in for the tackle there, but look how quickly he gets up. Becchio in a good position. Would have been easier to do that, but look at that for total confidence. Thought he might put it across, but that is a difficult technique. The ball's moving, he's just got to get his foot tucked under it a little bit and do that. That is absolutely majestic. 3 terrific goals, 3 different goals. And you can see why they want to hold on to him. People will say, well, it was only against Chester, they're having a bad time, but you've still got to finish as he's finished.
Here's Ellison. And now Delph. Well, it's the Jermaine Beckford show so far. A 35-minute hat-trick. A brilliant hat-trick as well.
If I was Gary McAllister, I'd be delighted with the performance of Delph. I'm really impressed with him.
Well, look at that, 3 on target, 3 goals.
Not bad, is it, that? But he is a really confident guy, and you can see that in the goals he scored. First one, hanging in the air a long time, just toe poked it in. Second one, saw the gap between the goalkeeper and post. Power, direction, and the third one was total class.
Well, he's back on his feet, having been caught by Butler there. Jermaine Beckford, who started last season really well, got 6 in the first 7 league games. The goals really just dried up for him at the wrong time towards the back end of the campaign, but he's very much back on song now.
This is how important it is to put a good, strong side out in a game like this. Gary McAllister's done this. I remember playing for Forest many years ago in the same competition, and Oxford were in the league, and it was the first game for us, and we went away and won 5-0. And as a striker, when you're scoring in games like that, your confidence rises. And that'd be the same with Beckford, and you just hope now that Becchio could get one just to get his campaign up and running.
Well, it was 6 conceded at Dagenham at the weekend for Chester. It could be 6 before half-time here. Leeds still with another 8 minutes to try and add to Chester's humiliation. Of course, that can't enter their considerations at all. They've mercilessly exposed the weaknesses in this Chester side so far. It's Wilson's free kick. Linwood trying to make of it what he could.
Can be brutal in this game.
Well, the second goal started with Ankergren, and Robinson very nearly got away from Mozika again there. He set Sheehan away. Delph, bit heavy for Becchio, and he can't keep it in.
Disappointing from Delph. It's the first time he's given the ball away.
More Carling Cup action to come tomorrow on Sky Sports 2. Peter Taylor's Wickham in action against Birmingham, who started with that weekend win over Sheffield United. Sky Sports 2 and HD2 from 7. Here it's a dream start to the competition for Leeds. 5-1 up, and we are not even at half-time. A hat-trick already for Jermaine Beckford.
Just love the mentality. When a side are down, I just used to love grinding them into the dirt if you possibly could, and that's the only way to go about it. If the manager decides to rest a few, that's his decision, but while you're out there, make the opposition pay.
To play Ellison in here, and Richardson gets it away. Mannix. It'll come off Richardson's hand. If it did, there was no intent on his part in the referee's view, although he wasn't claiming too loudly. Mannix. Vecchio going in to challenge Linwood, for whom it's been a really tortuous return to the first team in the way that this game has slipped away from Chester.
Question the desire from Chester. They're still trying to go about the business the same way. They're still trying to do the right things. The heads haven't totally dropped. It's a wonder they haven't, but you know, team talk. What's that going to be like at half-time? Hope it's not a teacup throw, because that dressing room could be littered with crockery pieces.
Very much new to the management game, Simon Davis, and he couldn't have had it any rougher. One win in 13 since taking over in March. Linwood, now Mozica. Sheehan. Mozica. Here's Robinson. He's got one already. He's tried to play in Beckford, looking for his fourth. And the flag was up.
Well, Beckford, it's been given against him. He didn't think he was off. But again, they give the ball away there in the centre of midfield. Robinson pounces. In he plays Beckford, who's not offside. And when he plays it to him, slightly behind, he's not happy with that.
Well, the flag goes up before he plays it. And Beckford certainly didn't seem to be offside.
He wasn't offside.
Here's Sheehan. Robinson. Now Rui Marquez. Here's Wilson. Marquez. Now Mozica. Challenged by Robinson. It was a rather theatrical fall from Mozica, and the referee said the ball was won. Here's Sheehan. Interception by James Vaughan.
We'll see Beckford come off at half-time. Now he's his party piece.
Here's Marquez. Now Snodgrass. Vecchio. Partridge. Mannix looking to pick out Kevin Ellison. Here's Sheehan. Delph. Leaned into it with his left arm. Free kick given. Here's Partridge. James Vaughan. Vaughan to retake the throw-in. Here's Barry. Shadowed by Delph. Back by Sheehan. Rui Marquez. Snodgrass. Mannix. Partridge making a break through the middle, but he's looked for Ellison instead. More ambitious ball cut out by Huntington.
Still taking no chances. No need to. Don't be clever.
Partridge trying to weave a way through, and at least he's won Chester a corner. Can they grab themselves another consolation before half-time?
He's looked like a bit of a bright spark when he's had the ball at his feet, Partridge, and in the first goal. Oh, it's a surprise, first corner of the game.
And one added minute. Ellison's header.
You look at the scoreline, 5-1, you can't believe there's only one corner so far.
Beckford has been the main man for the goals.
Anybody watching his performance tonight, when he scores the quality of goals that he has, will there be bids appearing?
They will be resisted, I'm sure, by Gary McAllister if they are. He is a vital part of their plan to get out of the division. Here's Beckford. Hauled out of the way by James Vaughan. A free kick here for Leeds, which could put the crowning glory on a first half display that has swept Chester aside. The first goal at the weekend stemmed from a free kick. There's the goal this time for John Danby, whose first goal conceded at the weekend was from a free kick.
He's been beaten by so much quality so far, though. You've got a feel for him.
Snodgrass and Sheehan specialists in this situation, but Howson too is showing plenty of interest. And it's lined up for Robinson to curl one, and Danby holds on. And the referee calls time as more misery is heaped on Simon Davis and Chester City by rampant Leeds, and especially Jermaine Beckford. A hat-trick of exemplary finishing from him, with the bonus of first goals for the club from Robinson and Snodgrass, making it Chester 1, Leeds 5.